It's over. Indiana State beats Eastern Illinois for the first time since 2004. The 6-game losing skid in the series to Eastern Illinois is snapped. And for only the third time since 1983, Indiana State wins in Charleston.
Hope everybody enjoyed their bye week. Welcome back to the Curt Mallory Show as we preview the Northern Iowa Panthers on Thursday night at Memorial Stadium. Coach Mallory, it's been a little bit since we've been able to be at Memorial Stadium. It's going to be glad to be back, but I'm sure you're even more thrilled to be back at 2-1.
We are. We're excited to be 2-1. We're excited to get into the conference and see where we stack up Thursday night.
A year ago, you were so close to being 2-1. There was a lot of ifs and buts a year ago. That's not the case this year. What do you believe has been the biggest difference of now you're actually 2-1, where a year ago we're going, we should be 2-1?
Well, I think it's a confidence. It's a confidence that the senior class, the leadership that they've given us. A year ago when things weren't going our way, there was a little bit of panic. This year hadn't been any. Things aren't going our way. Guys have stuck together, and that's what you want going into the conference.
I know as coaches you always preach about culture, and you probably always wanted, specifically when you're year two, maybe a little bit better than where it's at. But where is your culture right now in terms of your team personality, in terms of guys buying in, and you guys actually being able to coach and not have to worry about a lot of extracurricular activities?
Well, you know, this group's worked very hard in the offseason. They put the work in, and it was immediately after the Northern Iowa game a year ago. These guys came to work. They had an attitude. They've worked hard all year long, and it's paying off. And we'll see where we stack up come the start of the conference.
One of the other areas, too, your team's been able to show it. It's not like you've had your starters in at all times. You were without basically 6 to 7 starters against Eastern Illinois. Your team found a way to win a game that way. You've talked about depth. You've preached about depth. Do you believe you have the depth? This is probably a bad question because I know you always want more, but where would you say your depth is at right now as a football team?
Well, going into it, we wanted to see those guys perform. We had some guys in there that maybe haven't played as much, got their opportunity and took advantage of that. Can they play better? Absolutely, they can play better. You can't put a price tag on experience, and that's what a lot of these guys got. And when it was their time to go, they went. And it's gonna come around here as the season goes on. We got some guys back during the off season, which you need to have, but we need to be full strength as close as we can be as we get into this conference.
The focus is always on yourself. It's not that you don't do any scouting. Of course you do, and you know what's coming your way Thursday night. Let's start on offense with UNI. Their quarterback situation has been a little odd this year. Both Eli Dunn and Colton Howell have gotten time in there in snaps, 14 and 11 for the Panthers this year. We haven't seen Eli Dunn the past 2 years. It's been Colton Howell starting both games. Marcus Weimiller actually ran the Wildcat the last time they were in Terre Haute. They've had a lot of success against Indiana State in terms of offense. Why is that? Not necessarily speaking in the past, but what are some of the weapons that they have regardless of who's commanding, and why this can be an offense that can move the football pretty frequently?
Well, again, I only start up front. I've been really impressed with their offensive line. They've got tight ends that are dangerous. They're very good blockers. They're big physical guys, catch the ball. The wide receivers are really good. The running backs are good. Quarterbacks, they got 2 of them, both very capable. They're a good offensive football team.
Defensively is kind of where Coach Farley is known for, and his defenses last year, when you look in Valley play, they only allowed, I think, 3 teams off the top of my head to score over 20 points. They held a lot of teams in low point production totals. What stands out about their defensive unit? And I'm sure you'll start up front again, but this seems to always be a UNI team that you can count that they're going to be really strong on the defensive side.
They are, and again, like you mentioned, it's up front. Up front, I really like their defensive line play. They play with an attitude. You see that when they play, they're pushing guys back, they fly around, but they create a lot just up front. Linebackers fill and run really well. I like their secondary as well, but they're a very, very good defense, well-coached, fly-around team.
The one thing I always appreciate about you is your candor. There's no sugarcoating. You said it in your weekly press conference. Last year when we got the conference play, it wasn't close. 50-10 was the average score. People looked at us as another bye week. Knowing all of that, how important is this game, knowing it's a major statement opportunity for your group and for this program to show how much improvement they made? Not to talk it, but to prove it.
Well, I think you said it, show. You know, we've talked. Guys have put in the work. It's time to show what we've worked for and where we stand out. Have we closed that gap? Can we be competitive as we get into our conference? Because as we all know, we were not competitive. We did not. We weren't close in any game. And have we closed that gap? Can we get the games into fourth quarter and make it a ball game? And that's what we'll find out as we get into conference.
The other thing I'm really eager to see is, you know, a year ago, the opener against Eastern Illinois was awesome. Great student turnout. The Forest was packed. A lot of Sycamore fans came out. Unfortunately, the Sycamores weren't able to do their job in winning some games to make them come back. This year, another great opening night crowd against Quincy. You've won 2 games. I know the Forest is doing a lot of pushing out on campus. We have as well. I'm just really excited for the environment on Thursday because I think it's going to be a great night for everybody in this program. And, of course, there's an important football game to be played.
Well, there is. We had a great environment a few weeks back against Quincy. It was exciting to be a part of. We're expecting another great crowd. The community was great. We'll have a lot of high school teams coming, youth football league, first responders will be there. Forest will be there, you know they'll be there. But it'll be fun. Yeah, there's a lot of things. I maybe not have mentioned all of them, but we're just excited to get going Thursday night for a great environment.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck against the Panthers, and let's have some fun on Thursday.
All right, thank you very much.
Once again, I was head coach Curt Mallory. For more on Indiana State football, you know where to stay. That's right here at GoSycamores.com.